and thanks for joining us on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Antoinette Essa. Are you familiar with the Robert Russa Moton Museum? Well, it's only about an hour and a half from here in Farmville, and we'll talk about it and give you some information on what they're doing down there. And joining us to talk about it is Lacey Ward, Jr. He is the director of the Robert Russa Moton Museum. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, let's give our viewers a background history of the museum.
Well, background, the museum is in a high school, a former high school, where in April 1951, students walked out in protest of unequal conditions and began Virginia's road to the Brown decision.
Okay. And so where are you now?
Right now, we're in the process of converting that school building to a series of exhibits, story of Virginia's involvement in the case, the state's reaction to the case, sometimes known as massive resistance, the county's reaction to the case, actually closing public schools in Prince Edward County, Virginia, for a period of 5 years, from 1959 to talk about the process through which schools were reopened.
Okay, and so let's talk about some of the plans that are going on there, some of the future plans that are happening.
Well, it's in a school building, so it should be about learning, and what we've done is taken the building, about 8,500 square feet, what you would see in a typical museum, walking through, understanding the history, the timeline. The classrooms are telling new stories going forward, a great reuse of the building.
Okay, and you've got an event that's coming up sometime soon, remembering the lives of some civil rights leaders.
Coming up in April, and because April's a very special day for us, April 23rd, 1951, the student walkout. We always remember the anniversary, and we do it by remembering those who helped us get where we are today, the student plaintiffs in the case Davis, which was part of 17 young people in 1951 signed their names to challenge segregation. It's a very powerful act in Virginia history. So we always recognize that anniversary, and then we recognize those who make it possible for us to tell the story, a recognition of our donors.
You also have a student strike directed by actor Tim Reed coming up soon.
Right, a production underwritten by Dominion. Tim Reed is the director of it. Starred a young lady from Richmond, actually, Courtney Jameson, who played Barbara Johns. Interestingly enough, they were both at the time of the strike, and Courtney was 16 when we filmed this production. So that's the main piece that's shown in the museum, and visitors will always come and see that as an introductory film to beginning to understand the story.
Also, you've got documentaries showing. Tell me
we're
about that.
Busy. Boy, we're also happy to partner with a station out of Boston, which did a piece on the Freedom Riders. And so we'll show that film, Freedom Riders, in the month of April in the museum. And I think it comes on PBS about mid-May.
Planning a gala?
Again, it's a busy, busy time at the museum. It's great to be in transition. It's great to be creating something, and it's great to be able to pause and acknowledge and thank those who help you make it happen. So the gala event in recognizing that anniversary of the walkout.
Now, how can the public support you? How can they help?
Oh, really the thing to do is to plan that in July or in the future, you're going to visit the museum and come to understand the story. You want to know how to get there, go to the website, of course, Moton Museum. We welcome groups from churches, schools, civic groups, individual visitors. But I think once you make the trek to Farmville, visit the museum, come to understand the story, you're just going to continue to be engaged in the activities we're involved in.
And was a part of that era and has some things to contribute to
you know, those are the great things that happen, because so many people call and say, do you know my grandma did, you know, my grandpa, and I know something about that story. Again, contact us through the website. Shoot us. We'd love to come out and visit with you, talk with you about artifacts that help us tell more of the story. So please do.
And the website again, and how they can get in touch with you?
www.motonmuseum.org, or for those of you on Facebook, just search Moton Museum. Plenty of ways to be in.
An email.
You can also sign up for our email newsletter. You can do that at the website, or shoot us an email and we'll sign you up.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in and talking to us about this.
Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, thank you. We've been talking with Lacey Ward, director of the Robert Russa Moton Museum, joining us here on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Antoinette Essa.